Średnio, okej. The Witch Detective.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
O,
You got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her typed down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. You do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
Hmm.
Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
Okej.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
Edward thinks the way to my heart is philosophical.
What happened to these children? What are they?
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia? Little sisters. Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Red means stop, green means go. This is the rule all little girls know.
Się tego wszystko się zaczęło. O kurde.
Is that why we came to Rapture? We're just men and women, Alan. You hold yourself to that standard, you'll never be happy.
In what country is there a place for men like me? Men who refuse to say yes.
What do they even look like under those suits?
Otherwise, it's just that bull-jerk response from the uninformed. Does more harm than good.
Judge them.
Get on with it. Do you have any idea how valuable my time is?
Ryan's been good to me. Few are the patrons who truly understand the struggle of the artist. But even I was a little leery when he shuttered Fontaine's business and sent that bald buck to a grave deep in the briny. But when Ryan buried all of Fontaine's pals in that department store, someone had to find a home for all those freshly minted orphans. And if I turned $1 or $2 in the process, you can hardly blame me for doing well by doing good.
Okej.
He works for Ryan's security firm. I got it firsthand.
Looks a fella from the inside.
DeWitt? The
Caustic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again.
You know,
Funny,
What?
you're not knowing about the little sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, thought it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
refreshment, sir. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
Oh, wow.
I went through basic with a decent sort, but the Italians, Papa this,
Spruty.
Papa that. They can't take a crap without a papal dispensation.
Oh, wow.
Where have you been, DeWitt? Expect me to drink alone? Be right with you.
Be right, but you. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing what a few months brings.
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out.
Ooh.
Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Oh. What?
Best to quit while you're ahead.
Scam it.
By Ryan's clothes for one reason, and one reason only. He built
Buongiorno, signore.
Buongiorno, buongiorno.
Suchang observe strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchang's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Depth of intellectual property. But name of a thing is
Mr.
no.
DeWitt,
Through addition of oxidizing
we'll
agent.
find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Impressed with Su Chong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
Say eminent domain. It's just the hand of government coming down on the individual.
Okej. Golden Rule. A, to jest tutaj to. A, że tak pokrętło możemy przekręcić. Okej. The Big Daddy!
Are you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant. Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture, digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum. That's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
Teraz wiemy, że nie wiemy nic. Jakby nie patrzeć. Dobra. Siema. Pierścionki, biżuteria. Nic do wzięcia, okej.
I don't have all the flaws and drawbacks of it.
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected.
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the artist struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Okej. Tutaj, czekaj, a. Okej.
What brought you to Rapture?
A man
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks.
Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
A fine day to you both.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we wouldn't notice?
Cohen sends those masks out in some kind of box.
Assurances of a grave robber are of no interest to me. If you hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
Damn. Must be somewhere else.
I don't think so. Hit the brakes, you tramp. I'll see to it they hit you.
Get your hands off me!
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Okay.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the artist struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
Let's try ahead. Rapture Records.
You see that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the star treatment, pal? It'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
What is this piece?
It's by Trine, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely.
Gotta find that box.
Music does something to me. There's something in this thing. It's almost primal, isn't it? Part of us that exists before thought, before logic, purely sensual.
The finest music.
Nothing. Well, only one place left.
That we never knew existed.
Yes.
Can you turn? I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing. Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You ever met the man?
Used to see.
Artist struggle.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? An original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
Where's he hiding that box?
Make you feel?
I have to open my mouth for fear of what foolishness might tumble out.
Would you like me to tell you what it means?
Oh, would you? Oh, I would like so much to understand.
There you are, you little son of a bitch.
He intended to show us the great man, condemned
To breathe the swampy air of...
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
Good. I've located the mask.
Third time's the charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Okay.
Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
Hmm.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Okay. Jesus.